After being arrested, the failed former president Donald Trump drove right to the airport and flew directly back to Florida. There was an event promoted that was scheduled for 8:15 p.m. Eastern last night, where Donald Trump was expected and believed to speak about the arrest. And potentially it would even be a press conference where he would take questions. He did not take any questions, and Donald Trump's brain seemed to disintegrate during the event. Instead of talking about yesterday's arrest, the charges against him, and his defense, he attacked both the judge and the prosecutor and kind of ran through his generic list of grievances, seemingly focusing on other crimes he may have committed. Very, very strange event. So let's start with a claim that Donald Trump makes that because he was president, any documents he takes from the White House are by sort of like automatically declassified. That's not how it works. But again, Trump seems to be focusing on other crimes he may be arrested for rather than the crime for which he was arrested yesterday.
To give up. But isn't that real obstruction? That's obstruction. As president,
also, you'll notice Trump breathing in a very strange way, just sniffing the entire thing. Everything, every detail about this speech was bizarre.
I have the right to declassify documents, and the process is automatic. If I take them with me, it's automatic, declassified. Biden was vice president. He had absolutely no right to declassify as vice president. He doesn't come under the non-criminal Presidential Records Act. He comes under the very criminal Federal Records Act, unfortunately for him, but it's not going to matter because they don't follow the law, which has very severe penalties.
So first of all, it is not automatic that if a president just stuffs some documents into his pants and then leaves, that they are declassified. Secondly, this was not why Donald Trump was arrested yesterday. This is a completely different potential set of charges. Remember, we've got the Georgia Fulton County investigation. That's not what Trump is talking about. You then have the investigation related to the search warrant served on Mar-a-Lago. That is what Trump is talking about, but those are different possible crimes rather than the ones for which Trump was actually arrested yesterday. Trump then attacking the judge, saying the judge hates Trump and the family hates Trump, the judge's wife and the judge's kids, that everybody just hates Trump.
Numbers. Not the same place that I know, not the same place that you know. And this is where we are right now. I have a Trump-hating judge with a Trump-hating wife and family whose daughter worked for Kamala Harris and now receives money from the Biden-Harris campaign, and a lot of it.
Okay. Trump knows exactly what he's doing here. Trump is signaling. Trump is spotlighting. Trump is putting a target on the judge and the judge's family. And it's not like we don't have evidence that Trump supporters are willing to become violent. We know that they are. I mean, of course, there's January 6th. You can also go back further. And there was the guy with I think it was pipe bombs who was arrested. And what year was it? 2017, 2018. We know that there are people in Trump's cult that will do violence. And so when Trump starts targeting, I mean, the judge's wife, why is the judge's wife even in Trump's mouth? Why is the words the judge's daughter? Why is that coming out of Trump's mouth? He knows what he's doing. It's not only the judge that Trump attacked. He also attacked the district attorney, Alvin Bragg, saying actually they should arrest and indict Bragg.
The criminal is the district attorney because he illegally leaked massive amounts of grand jury information, for which he should be prosecuted.
Yeah.
Or at a minimum, he should resign.
There you go. Of course, there is no evidence that Alvin Bragg has committed any crimes whatsoever. And as we've talked about before, it's law and order until law and order is no longer convenient. And then it's just like indict my political enemies. No big deal. Not a problem. Trump then again continuing to focus on his other possible crimes. Again, his brain is mush. Trump says that they are I actually struggle to understand this. Trump seems to be suggesting that the search warrant served at Mar-a-Lago was illegal and also that they maybe want to put Trump to death with the Espionage Act. It's really hard to follow this.
Reasonable search and seizure. But they did it anyway because our justice system has become lawless. They're using it now, in addition to everything else, to win elections. Apparently, they're not looking at me through the view of the Non-Criminal Presidential Records Act. They came up with a new one. This is a new one. And they're looking at me through the Espionage Act. Think of that. How does that sound? Of 1917, where the penalty is death. Even though that has absolutely nothing to do with openly taking boxes of documents and mostly clothing and other things to my home, which President Obama has done, the Bushes have done.
It was mostly clothes, guys. The fact that there were a couple hundred classified documents, that doesn't matter. It was mostly like shirts.
Jimmy Carter's done. Ronald Reagan has done. Everybody's done. In fact, Hillary Clinton got rid of.
Clinton, yeah. So anyway, I guess he's saying the search warrant was illegal and that they are considering, I guess, or want to give him the death penalty, which is pretty wacky stuff. Trump also claims that he doesn't need any banks because he has a lot of cash, which of course raises the question of why Trump is desperately asking for money. If you have so much money, why are you asking your followers? You're a billionaire. You're asking people who make $32,000 a year to donate money to you.
But they didn't lose a dollar with us during this period of time. In fact, the banks we're talking about made almost $200 million off Donald Trump, and they liked me very much. We never missed a payment, never got a default notice, had a great relationship with all of them.
Sure.
I don't need banks. They have a lot of cash.
A lot of cash, but he's desperately raising money anywhere that he can. CNN, in a kind of funny moment, cut away from the speech and was confused about why Trump isn't talking about yesterday's arrest, which is sort of the most newsworthy thing going on.
Our currency is crashing and will soon no longer.
That's the former president speaking tonight at Mar-a-Lago, back here in New York with the panel. Alyssa, I mean, this is a reprise of, we were waiting for him to talk about what happened today. He finally talked about it a little bit at the end there, and now we're cutting out of it.
I love Anderson Cooper's confusion about what that was.
But a reprise of pretty much every grievance. If you were a Republican who cares about the Republican Party and the future of the Republican Party, and you are watching this tonight, realizing this man now may be more powerful in the Republican Party than he was yesterday, or at least a little bit more.
So anyway, CNN bravely cutting away, but only about 90 seconds before the speech ended. And then lastly, here is Trump just abruptly wrapping up the speech and walking off. Oh no. Did we lose this clip? Is this clip glitchy? This clip's glitchier than Trump's speech. Hold on, here we go.
With all of this being said, and with a very dark cloud over our beloved country, I have no doubt, nevertheless, that we will make America great again. Thank you very much. And God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Isn't that great? He spends 30 minutes attacking everyone and talking about how the country is just horrible. And he wraps up by saying, despite all of the horrible things I've spent the last 30 minutes talking about and all the possible crimes I just admitted to, things are going to be just great. I'm running, and vote for me, and we're going to make America great again. So Trump's brain mayonnaise, or maybe a bechamel. I don't know what it is, but certainly something is a little bit soft up there. And it was just as crazy earlier in New York City. I want to talk about that next. The weather is about to start warming up, and that often means sweating and chafing and sticking. Sheath is the men's underwear that once and for all puts an end to all of that nonsense. Our sponsor, Sheath Underwear, has designed unique boxer briefs with an ergonomic compartment built to keep everything separate and dry and cool and comfortable by allowing air to circulate everywhere it needs to be. No more readjusting all day. Sheath offers a huge variety of designs and patterns. Over 500,000 pairs have already been sold. Also, check out their super comfortable bamboo t-shirts. Sheath has amazing customer service, super fast shipping, along with over 20,000 five-star reviews. Sheath is also actively working with multiple nonprofits that deal with mental health and homelessness, which you support when you get Sheath underwear. I've had a great experience with Sheath underwear. I know you will too. Head on over to sheathunderwear.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman for 20% off. The link is down below.